Hello everyone, this is your host Urvashi Chauhan. Welcome to Courts Today by Live Law, your one-step destination to all legal developments in the country. Let us start. Starting with an update on the matter concerning former Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren, who was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in January in connection with the alleged land scam in Jharkhand. He is accused of being the primary beneficiary of fraudulently acquired land. A bench comprising Justices Sanjeev Khanna and Dipankar Datta was today dealing with his petition challenging the judgment of the Jharkhand High Court, via which Soren's plea against Enforcement Directorate arrest was dismissed. The matter was listed today for consideration of the question of interim bail for Soren for the purpose of campaigning during the Lok Sabha elections. The Enforcement Directorate also filed a reply before the Supreme Court opposing the interim bail. ED argues that if Soren is granted interim bail for campaigning, all jailed politicians would demand the same, asserting special status. ED states that the right to campaign is neither a fundamental, constitutional, nor a legal right. Today, the primary argument raised on Soren's behalf by senior advocate Kapil Sibal was that the alleged illegal possession of land was not a scheduled offence under the PMLA, and hence ED officers could not have arrested him in exercise of powers under Section 19 of the PMLA. Sibal submitted that the subject land was 8.86 acres of tribal land which cannot be transferred. He asserted that Soren had nothing to do with the land. Additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju, appearing for ED, submitted that Soren's case was different from Arvind Kejriwal's case on many grounds, including that he was arrested in January, that is way ahead of the declaration of elections, and that his regular bail application was rejected by the special court, which he had not challenged. The bench, after hearing the arguments, listed the matter tomorrow for further arguments. Stay tuned. The Supreme Court has reiterated that benefit of Section 436A of CRPC is also applicable to an accused under the PMLA. This section is designed to help under-trial prisoners. It states that if someone has been in jail for more than half the maximum sentence they could receive if found guilty, they can be released on bail. This is meant to prevent people from being stuck in jail for long periods without a trial. In 2022, in Vijay Madan Lal Chaudhary versus Union of India, the Supreme Court had held that Section 436A of CRPC can be applied in PMLA cases as well. Applying this precedent, the bench comprising Justices Abhay S. Oak and Ujjal Bhuya in this particular case chose to allow the release of an under-trial prisoner on bail, as the accused here would complete half of his maximum sentence of 31 years on 26 May 2024. The court added that if the trial was delayed at the instance of the accused, then bail under this section could be denied. But in this case, even the charges have not been framed and the trial has not even started. The vacation bench of Justices Dipankar Datta and Satish Chandra Sharma has held that litigants should be allowed to appear virtually if the court thinks that their presence is required. The matter here relates to a marital dispute between spouses before the Calcutta High Court. The petitioner number 2 here is ill and would have to travel long distance from Mumbai to Kolkata in order to attend the court proceedings. Via the impugned order of the Calcutta High Court, the petitioner was asked to appear personally before the court. Against this order, he approached the Supreme Court. The top court observed that the personal presence of the litigant suffering from ailments can be sought through a virtual medium when there is a facility in the High Court to appear through a virtual mode. With this, the court provided relief to the petitioner number 2 by staying the High Court's order. The top court suggested that if the High Court wanted to try to settle the matter by talking to the spouses, it should have allowed them to attend the proceedings virtually instead of making them travel. The Supreme Court today resumed its hearing in a suo motu matter regarding a rule in the state of Madhya Pradesh that excludes visually impaired and no vision candidates from seeking appointment to judicial services. The court had taken suo motu cognizance of a letter sent to CJI D.Y. Chandrachud by the mother of one of the visually impaired candidates against such exclusion. Converting the letter into a petition under Article 32 of the Constitution, the CJI-led bench had issued notice in March to the Secretary General of the Madhya Pradesh High Court, the state of Madhya Pradesh, and the Union of India. At the last hearing, the court had noted that the Civil Judge Class 2 examination conducted in 2022 did not include reservation slots for visually impaired participants. This significantly contradicted the principles laid out in 2016 Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act. Considering that the main exam was still scheduled to be held, the bench at that time had also issued a slew of interim measures. Today, senior advocate Gaurav Agarwal, the amicus curiae in this matter, appraised the bench that after the court's order from March this year, 31 candidates had been allowed to appear. However, none of the candidates had secured the minimum marks to appear for the interview. He also expressed the difficulty of not having a separate cutoff for persons with disabilities. Based on this, Justice Narasimha posed whether in such cases there could be separate reservations. The court indicated that this issue of providing reservations separately for these categories would have to be heard for the purpose of laying down the law. But as an interim measure, the bench of Justices P.S. Narasimha and Sanjay Karol passed an order that the candidates of various disabilities who appeared for the final examination will be allowed to appear for an interview if they have secured minimum marks as provided for the SC/ST candidates. BJP MP and former Wrestling Federation of India chief Brij Bhushan Singh today pleaded not guilty to the sexual harassment charges framed against him with respect to 5 women wrestlers. Earlier this month, Additional Chief Metropolitan Magistrate Priyanka Rajput of the Rouse Avenue courts framed sexual harassment charges against him, who had claimed trial in the case. In a criminal case, once the charges have been framed, the accused must enter a plea. If the accused pleads not guilty, the trial then proceeds. As you know, that the BJP lawmaker has been accused of sexual harassment by women wrestlers. The alleged incidents of sexual harassment are said to have occurred between the years 2016 and 2019 at the WFI office, at Singh's official residence, and also abroad. Last month, Singh's application seeking further investigation in the case and for making further submissions on framing of charges was dismissed. Presently, Singh is out on bail in the case along with co-accused Vinod Tomar. And now let me tell you, the Election Commission of India has debarred former judge of Calcutta High Court and BJP candidate Abhijit Gangopadhyay from campaigning for 24 hours, finding his comments on Mamata Banerjee to be low-level personal attack. After going through the reply of Gangopadhyay to the show-cause notice issued to him, the ECI found that he made a low-level personal attack and thus violated the provisions of the Model Code of Conduct. The Election Commission of India, in a strongly worded order, stated that he had brought damage and disrepute to the state of West Bengal that has a distinguished tradition of respect for women. In March, the former judge had announced his decision to resign and to join the Bharatiya Janata Party. He is contesting the Lok Sabha elections from Tamluk constituency in West Bengal as a BJP candidate, where the voting will be held on 25th May. The Bar Council of Punjab and Haryana has issued a show-cause notice to a lawyer who was arrested for allegedly posing as a judicial officer and disobeying traffic rules in Chandigarh. In a viral video, the advocate was seen arguing with the traffic police after he was stopped for hanging a cloth on his number plate. He claimed that he was a judicial magistrate and fled away. The State Bar Council took suo moto cognizance of the alleged misconduct and sought a response from the advocate on the notice issued. The advocate is reportedly booked for personating a public servant, obstructing public servant in discharge of duties, and cheating by personation under the Indian Penal Code. In the notice, the disciplinary committee of the council has sought response from him and has directed him to appear in person on 23rd May. The Allahabad High Court has asked the Union of India and the Central Board of Film Certification to provide detailed information regarding the mechanism established for certification of films displayed on over-the-top or OTT, such as Netflix, Amazon Prime, etc., and social media platforms. A bench of Justices Rajan Roy and Justice Om Prakash Shukla sought the details on a PIL plea seeking cancellation of the censor certificate issued to the dubbed Hindi version of the 2015 Telugu movie named Takatwar Puliswala for an alleged dialogue against the people of Bihar. The court has also sought a reply from CBFC detailing the entire process of granting censor certificates to the films. Though the court did not express any opinion or issue notice to the film's producer, it called upon the Union of India and CBFC to file their counter-affidavit in the matter. This PIL plea has been filed by a Lucknow resident seeking a direction to the government of Bharat to take action against the chairman and members of the CBFC for granting certificates for public exhibition to films containing unwarranted dialogues. This matter will now be heard in August. Stay tuned. If you wish to know more details about the cases I mentioned here, you can visit our website at www.livelaw.in. Stay ahead with quick legal updates only on LiveLaw. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe and support us. You can also support us by donating through the thanks button at the bottom of our videos or consider becoming a member at just 89 rupees per month.